As I've been talking a lot about lately, there has been a ton of division in the truth community. It's been going on, of course, for a while, but really ramping up this year, and I would say within the past year, to a point where I saw a big account named Derek Bose. I wouldn't say massive, but definitely one of these micro influencers, especially in my niche in particular. And Derek Bose, yeah, I still, of course, have a lot more of his work to check out. But from what I see of him on Twitter, because he does tweet a lot, which it's nice to see someone like him very active on there and see what he says. As far as I can say, I pretty much agree, with everything he's been saying, at least of what I've seen so far. Again, I have to look into his work, but he even brought up, because I feel like this is getting serious to where he even brought up on Twitter today that what if the JQ movement is part of the Psyop? And of course, I looked through the threads, and he even tweeted some more stuff about the JQ and all these things and stuff going on with them. How there's this like massive awakening. I even made plenty of content, just within the past few months talking about this topic because it's such a big thing, especially in the truth community. How people are falling down this rabbit hole of it's all them, and the Hitler was a good guy rabbit hole, and I mean it's just utter stupidity. It really truly is. But here's the thing: I get why. I understand why people fall down these rabbit holes. So people need to please and try to understand why people believe or why people know for a fact that the JQ is a psyop, and it's because now if you're even questioning, oh well, what if it's not the JQ? What if that's part of the misdirection? Oh, you're funded by Israel. You're an Israeli secret intelligence agency. You know what would be funny? It would be hilarious if people start accusing me of that. Someone as small as me, 27 subscribers on YouTube. I think 150 followers on X, 400 followers on Instagram. Yeah, real. We're getting a lot of reach, right? Why don't you see how many views I get on all my stuff and tell me if you think I'm an intelligence agent or what? So I mean, but then you got guys like Jake Shields, Candace Owens, people like them, Nick Fuentes, who have a much bigger reach than me. I mean, who could reach millions of people, unlike me, easily. And they're talking about all this stuff, and they're not deplatformed, and they have a voice. I mean, I don't. People are just never gonna learn that if you're really talking about the real stuff of what's going on in this world, you're not gonna be seen. The algorithms work against you. They designed the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? So again, I know the arguments as why people think it's 100% the JQ. Of course, they play a part in it. The land that shouldn't be there right now, that was basically started and funded in 1948, and I'm sure everyone should know what I'm talking about, especially if you call yourself a truther or whatever you want to. This community is even called anymore. But it's part of the hate. It's part of the misdirection. It's part of leading you down. It's part of letting you know enough to not know what exactly is going on. You know a good amount of truth. You know a lot of dark secrets, but you don't know enough to really pinpoint or how to fix the real issues, right? So again, you can think I'm like defending the JQs, even though I've already made plenty of content about them in the past. And I mean, when that event happened in October of 2023, if you get my drift. And believe me, I got a lot of hate for that from people that I know personally, because there's this whole thing about I'm not I don't even gonna want to go into it, but anyway, not to get off topic. My point being is the truth community is so fixated on who the bad guys are. You know who the bad guys are, it's yourself. You're the bad person. If you're not fighting for truth, if you don't understand truth, let alone if your actions contradict your words, you're a bad person. Simple as that. So you can look at the JQs doing everything. You can look at it as the Freemasons or the Jesuits or a secret society or the Forbidden Families or whoever. But in the end of the day, you don't look at yourself, do you? You don't say, all right, what am I doing to try and create change or try to educate people on what's really going on. You just look at the bad people and how bad they are. And even if you're doing something, I guarantee all you're doing is tweeting as a truther, because 90% of you truthers I see just tweet. You got no websites. You have no podcast. You have no YouTube channel. You have no links to who you are. Hell, you don't even have a picture of yourself or your a real name. And some of you claim to be in your 70s or whatever on X, being all anonymous, playing secret agent, man. It's real pathetic what the older generation has become, and what is of them, I should say, not even what is has become. Because now it's my generation to pick up the torch, and my generation clearly isn't doing that. So, until people could really pinpoint themselves and understand that it's us, it's the compliance to the system that keeps it alive. It's that we keep feeding the beast system that's keeping it alive. So until we just completely stop complying, until we stop falling down stupid internet rabbit holes, then nothing is ever going to change, and we deserve what we have coming to us in the future.